The battle for India is in round 5. 51 seats across 7 states are voting even now as we speak. The bigger constituencies that are, being watched very, very carefully this time are in Uttar Pradesh. I'm going to straight come into Amethi. Aiyshwariya, can Rahul Gandhi effectively, and when I say effectively, I'm saying with a big margin, fend off the Smriti Irani challenge this time?
I think absolutely, that Smriti Irani over her time there has basically tried to, somebody that didn't make it in Chandni Chowk and even here, and is mostly all talk. He's tried very, to try and polarize and also try and divide community there. And I think that the Gandhis have always had a very simple, singular method of functioning, that they're secular, irrespective of your caste, creed, community. But Smriti has hit upon that larger idea of, that one particular section, and that's what she's trying to do. However, I think that there are no doubts whatsoever about his victory, and I don't think there's any doubt about his margin. And recently we were talking to the Amethi DCC president, the District Congress Committee president, and he said, our fight is not with the BJP, it is not with Smriti Irani. It is with Wayanad to see who will get a larger margin for Mr. Gandhi, and irrespective of what they say, you look at his track record, you look at the development that they do. Smriti Irani will show you one tiny portion, while MP lad utilization and the work is elsewhere, from the hospitals to the school facilities, all of it. And I think that there is absolutely no doubt about his victory and a larger margin than last time.
Smriti Irani Swadesh has contested differently. She's been saying and gone around talking about how there is underdevelopment in Amethi, despite 15 years of Rahul Gandhi being an MP from that seat, and despite the fact that it's a Congress bastion and it's like a family seat for the Gandhis. What exactly are the prospects on which Smriti Irani is hoping that this is going to be a good battle for her?
Let me tell you in one line what exactly Smriti Irani has said. Smriti Irani has said that Amethi is fighting a war for freedom for dynasty. It's not about 15 years of Rahul Gandhi. Since 1952, Amethi is being ruled by Gandhi family. Smriti Irani has done in last 5 years with her funds, with the help of Uttar Pradesh government since 2017. Skill Development Minister of Uttar Pradesh is from Amethi district only, and he has opened many vocational institute, skill development institute, and if you compare the visits of Smriti Irani with Rahul Gandhi, so number of visits of Smriti Irani are more than Rahul Gandhi. Even you compare number of tweets Rahul Gandhi has done as compared to Smriti Irani, so Rahul Gandhi has done 28 tweets and Smriti Irani has mentioned 239 tweets. So this is how you concerned about Amethi.
Please tell me, if tweets ever became a metric for anybody's competence, Narendra Modi would be the most competent man, I agree, but that is not the reality on the ground. The fact of the matter remains is that very simply Mr. Rahul Gandhi's development speaks for itself. Ms. Smriti Irani, he talks about funds and whatnot. Look at her MP lad record and look at where the corruption came out to a construction company. She has nothing to stand there. So today, after voting started, mind you, she doesn't even vote there, is what did she start talking about? She said Rahul Gandhi put somebody on the deathbed because of Ayushman Bharat. Now she's crying foul about poll rigging. The simple fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, Amethi and Rai Bareli are home to the Gandhis, and that is something that they have that link, and especially with what Mr. Narendra Modi said about Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, I think if anything, Smriti Irani's margin of loss is just going to get higher, and the Prime Minister just obviously spelled to death.
So Congress feels that the statement about Rajiv Gandhi made by the Prime Minister is going to have an impact on the voters today of Amethi and Rai Bareli.
Look, this is new India. Means if you think that if you have a surname of Gandhi and people will start following you, this is not going to happen. Even not just surname of Gandhi, even with any surname. What matters is your work. We believe in that idea of new India. Because you have certain surname and people will start following you, that is not going to happen. And you will see on 23rd May in Amethi and Rai Bareli that people will vote for development, people will vote for governance, people will vote for nationalism, people will vote for national security. That is safer under Prime Minister Modi.
That we will know on May 23rd. But for now, Smriti Irani tweeted this morning about this a woman being forced, booth capturing, and about first in the morning it was that Rahul Gandhi is not here, he's not there on the voting day of Amethi. But when Rahul Gandhi was about to land there, just before that she tweeted about this woman and started talking about booth capturing by the Congress in Amethi and by Rahul Gandhi's gundas.
She did not tweet it, she mentioned she mentioned means she was not making a false allegation. There was a tweet by someone where a woman was saying that someone forced her to vote for Congress party. Means there was a proper evidence. If you see with other parties, they sit in studio and they say that in Muzaffarnagar this kind of thing happening, in that way that kind of thing happening. What Smriti Irani did, she gave a evidence, and she quoted election commission and even Rahul Gandhi that what exactly is happening in your...
I would like to get the Congress's response to that allegation.
The hospital thing, that hospital is owned by Rajiv Gandhi Foundation and Gandhi family.
And he's a trustee. Rahul Gandhi is a trustee.
And even and someone died because of lack of anything. Even if you don't believe on the statement of Smriti Irani, but he has not said anything on the eve of election. From in your hospital, if someone has died and other candidate is making allegation against you, you should have said something. You should have tweeted something. But Rahul Gandhi has not done.
Prime Minister Modi being responsible for 100 deaths during demonetization, we didn't hear a word. Ask them to please stop the hypocrisy and the double standard. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, irrespective of what Ms. Smriti Irani is saying, the only thing that is indicative out of all of this is that Ms. Smriti Irani has lost the narrative. Look at the way that she's running helter-skelter, almost headless chicken-like about what issue she wants to take up. And you realize that is where she's basically fighting a losing battle, which is very akin to what Mr. Narendra Modi has been doing, from calling certain strikes video games, from calling, Brashtachari #1 and whatnot. And this is what happens when you lose the narrative. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter who you send in, including the kitchen sink, there will never be anybody but Mr. Rahul Gandhi as the victor in that seat, and Ms. Sonia Gandhi when it comes down to Raebareli.
On the ground, what is the sense that Congress is getting out of Amethi, and what do you make out of the losing margins? Because this being a prestige pocket borough of the Gandhi family.
I think that first of all, I think in Raebareli, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has never had too much of a drop in her vote percentage, and however in 2014, almost barely, she's always teetering around 69, 68 to 70%. But I think, however, when it came down to Amethi also, at the height of the Modi wave, if you still had a man that would basically decimate his opponent by a lakh, because a lakh of votes is not anywhere, it's not a small margin at all. So at the height when he could maintain such sort of distance, and you've seen now in the 5 years the sort of that abysmal performance that the BJP has had, especially when it comes to things like rural distress. And if you look at the region in eastern Uttar Pradesh where all these seats are situated, you realize that agriculture is the backbone, and what was the support that came from either the incumbent Yogi government or the central government. The MP-led funds have cushioned a lot of the blow that these people were getting, whether it's drought, whether it's also the fact that the farm prices were really bad, agrarian distress was at a high, and this is what people are going to think of before they vote. And I think our margins are going to be spectacularly high and higher than ever before.
Okay, we'll wait for your words and we'll remember them on May 23rd. But just before we go, Swadesh, I really want to talk about this, what she's brought up, which is the fact that, which is something which even Rahul Gandhi said, that hostile state governments, and therefore, the whole thing that Smriti Irani has been bringing up about underdevelopment in Amethi and Raebareli. How do you compare? And Rahul Gandhi says that, there have been hostile state governments and things have not been done. What is your response to that?
Okay. Let me give you one example. In 2007, it was proposed that an ordnance factory would be opened in Amethi. In 2010, that building was complete. Since 2010 to 2019, March, in that building, nothing was happening. In March, Prime Minister Modi, along with Smriti Irani and Russian message from Russian President, they opened Indo-Russian Rifle Private Limited, a joint venture. So what exactly is the problem with the state government? That was a central government project. So you were doing nothing. That is where the problem lies. Means last time Smriti Irani was declared candidate at last point on the last day, and then the margin was 1,07,000, and now even with the help of Mahagathbandhan, they have not given a candidate. Means Smriti Irani is going to it because people have realized that Rahul Gandhi has shifted to Wayanad. Now give a chance to another person. In democracy, it happens. You keep giving chances to other person. That person is Smriti Irani, in this case from Amethi, and she is going to win. That is for sure.
From Amethi, let's just shift our focus to Raebareli, where even the hardcore BJP guys, they seem to think that it's not a seat that they can wrest away from the Gandhis or from Sonia Gandhi.
So, means our candidate Dinesh Pratap Singh is giving a good fight to Sonia Gandhi. He is a former congressman. He knows all the workers of Congress party, and these workers, they also know that their head of the army, Sonia Gandhi, is not going to work in coming years. So choose another person. Means that person is Dinesh Pratap Singh. Even if Sonia Gandhi wins, so it happens in democracy. She can win election. So what is the problem there?
See, he's conceded that she's going to win the election. I think we're fine.
She's going to win the election, so I don't think you'll have anything to say to that. Keep watching HindustanTimes.com.